Hello everyone. I want to hop on and show you guys how the garden is doing. Hopefully I can keep this video under 10 minutes. I want to show you my front yard gardening space. This is the where I do all my flower beds, my evergreens, my accent trees. I do not do anything in the backyard. I leave that for parking and storage beds. All I do is just make sure I keep the grass cut. I'm going to start by showing you guys my pièce de results of my front yard. This is where I started over 5 years ago. I kid you not. um, this is the first tree I bought. Let me step away so you guys can see how big and beautiful this is. This is a Crimson Queen Japanese maple. I purchased it full grown over 5 years ago. A local garden center, privately owned, had about 6 of them. And I tell you guys, I could kick myself for not at least buying 2. He had a 75% off sale on this tree because it was a landscape job that went bad. And I came across this sale, just always looking around at the garden center, never buying, trying to learn plants. I knew I had a full sun yard because I had no shade trees, and this is what started it all. Let me see if I could get you guys inside of the tree so you can see how sculpted these trees are. I fell in love with Japanese maples after purchasing this. I researched and watched so many YouTube videos on how to take care of it, how big and wide and deep to dig the hole. And thank goodness this tree has survived, and it's been over 5 years. I am so proud and just so happy that when the leaves flush back out and when I see the little buds, I know that it survived the winter. It's time to do some pruning on it. I have a lot of branches. Look at this new growth. You see how that new growth looks? It's a lot of the branches that is growing upwards. This is a weeping tree, and you would like to keep it weeping in the weeping form. So any branches that's growing upward, it's best to prune those off. You don't have to do anything. You can let it go haywire if you want to. But in order to keep it in the weeping form, I will prune away all branches that are growing upward. This one, as you can see, that one, and that one. But let me get on to the garden tour. This right here is a emerald green giant. Green giant arborvitae. Look at that tree. It has been doing so good. It's probably been here 3 years, and I like to keep the skirt up. Let me show you. It's time to prune it again from the bottom, but I'll probably lift it up another feet. But I'm probably just gonna let it grow as tall as it wants to grow. I think this tree could get at least 30 feet. This right here is a deciduous, and again, this is a deciduous tree, and that green giant is a evergreen tree. Deciduous means the leaves will fall in the fall, and evergreen means that it's year-round interest. This right here is another deciduous tree. It's a dawn redbud. One thing I'm going to do with this is try to sculpt this tree into a bonsai tree. I cut the tip off, if you can see right there, the top branch that was growing upward. If you cut the top branch off, that will give you more growth going in all the other directions. And I really love this tree. It loses its leaves in the fall, but I'm really enjoying how this tree is growing. I'm gonna put a flower bed underneath there, a flower bed underneath this tree, and I'm going to do a flower bed underneath this tree. I have a full sun yard, and this tree probably would give me so much shade. I could probably do the hostas, any shade loving plants. I'm going to definitely have fun with that. I have 3 blue spruce evergreen, and they have put on so much new growth. I'm enjoying them there. I forgot the name of this one. I think it's a false cypress. I have 3 of those, and this right here is my crepe myrtle. I purchased this probably 3 years ago. It was probably this tall. It has widened, the trunk has widened a little bit, but I can't wait to show you the show that this tree puts on. It has pink blooms, and I don't know the variety of this crepe myrtle, but it is awesome. I am going to put a flower bed underneath that, and it's going to be shade loving plants as well. Now we're going to go down to my oval flower bed. I used to have 2 tall trees here, and they was diseased. They had the black spot disease, and I treated that tree and treated those trees, and I just could not get that disease to go away. So I was so happy when I was able to cut those trees down. My pebble, this little river pebble area is where that tree was, and I'm going to show you. One was here, and I'm going to walk down to where the other one was, and I used the river pebbles to remind me of where those trees were. So that space only had these 2 tall trees, and I couldn't wait to cut them down. So what I put in the space of them, instead of me making just circular flower beds on each one, I utilized the entire space from where the trees was to create me an oval garden bed oasis. I want everything in this garden bed, and I almost did it. I've outdone myself. It's a little bit too busy for me, but it is what it is. I'm going to go over the plants I have right quick and give you plans for that, and hopefully we can finish this video up. These are daylilies. As you can see, some weeds are trying to take over. I'm probably going to cut these back all the way down to the ground and let a new flush come out before it gets hot, and we're going to start over there. These are your red canna lilies. They are flushing up. We've had some cold snaps that have killed the growth, but they're trying to do a comeback. I have a Japanese maple tree here again. Look at that shape. I probably put this here about 2 years ago, and see, this is where I would love to see how you can see the trunk and the branches. I would love to have a professional come and sculpt my grown Crimson Queen and have it grow from there where it wouldn't be weeping all the time close to the ground. But that's for another time. I have your Hinoka cypress there. I have 2 of these, one on each end. And I have a blue spruce here. This is the 3rd blue spruce. And it has flushed out so much new growth. The way I treat these trees, here's a little spot that probably got burnt with the cold snap, but for the most part, I did not lose a lot on this tree. Only that little area there. But I come in with some neem oil, and I probably spray all my trees, evergreen, accent, flowers, with neem oil at least twice a month. I just go at the beginning of the month. I just probably buy 2 to 3 spray bottles of neem oil, and I just have at it. This is a Rose of Sharon. It's pink. I definitely want you guys to see how beautiful these leaves have flushed out. A cold snap came in and definitely took a lot of the first growth off, but I'm so happy that it came back. Um, Sometimes this tree would get those Japanese beetles. Japanese beetles love this tree, and I definitely want you guys to see this tree before I have that problem. I hope I don't have that problem. This is a Baptisia. Look at this beauty. Look at those stems. This one is in the ground on a pretty much above ground. What I did was a lot of the sod that came from this area, I just scraped the bottom of the ground, and then I put that Baptisia on top of it, and I put a lot of sod over it, and it's been happy growing just like this. Let me try to get you guys close to it because Japanese beetles love this tree too. And it's already, I didn't let you guys see the first spring flush, but we're getting some more growth, so hopefully I could come on and show you guys what these look like. But I think it only blooms during the spring, and the rest of the interest you'll have up into the fall will just be the foliage. This is a Fire Chief Arborvitae. It loves its home. This is a no fuss tree. I try to tell everybody that. Get you a Fire Chief Arborvitae. It grows mounded, round, no pruning, and I really love the fall interest color it gives. It really looks like the bush is on fire. This is a Baptisia in a pot. The blooms have already been spent, but you see the difference with the way it grows in a pot compared to the way it grows in the ground. If you have any Baptisias, please put them in the ground. I have an Evergreen Arborvitae here. I am going to transplant a lot of trees out of this flower bed up to close to the house. This is going to be one that I'm going to move. I also want to show you guys my Sweet Bay Magnolia. Look at that flower bloom. This is a bud. These leaves have flushed out so beautiful, and I love the structure of this tree. I think I may leave this tree here. Again, I put this this is not totally in the ground. I basically scraped the ground underneath. I put the trunk of the tree on top of that, and then I got a lot of the sod and just mounded it around that root ball, and it's been happy here ever since. Might as well do a little tidy work since I'm out here. Okay, we'll get that up later. Again, more daylilies. The weeds are taking over, so we're going to cut this all the way back to the roots, and hopefully before it gets in the 3-digit temperature, it will flush back out. Another Hinoki cypress. I've already went inside and taken all the browning off from the frost damage, and I may move this tree as well. My pittosporum, we lost that due to frost. Nothing I could do about it. Pittosporum is evergreen, but I've lost that. I'm going to get this tree out of here, and I probably won't put anything else. Probably just put a pot with some flowers, some annuals or something like that. Again, look at the form of this Sweet Bay Magnolia. Just beautiful. If you don't have one, and it loves full sun. If you, all these trees and plants that I'm showing you loves full sun. I have no shade trees as of yet in my front yard. Hinoki cypress, daylilies, sweet bay magnolia, evergreen arborvitae. These are my, I have 3 of these in pots. My Cleopatra canna lilies. They have a bicolor leaf and a bicolor flower. As you can see, the color of the leaf, but the flower is red and yellow, and it's beautiful. I'll update you guys when it starts blooming. So I have 3 of these in this front yard garden bed. Well, that is the end of this tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are out here in your yard doing inspections for insects, doing inspections for what needs pruning. Get you some neem oil, treat your plants. Do it now. If you don't like Captain Jack dust, treat your accent trees, your canna lilies, all of this. And these right here, I have 2 tater tots. They are still in these Greek concrete Greek planters, and I'll probably get those finally planted inside sometime the end of this weekend. So I have a lot to do. And one more thing I didn't show you guys was this flowering tree. It's a cherry blossom. I purchased this last year at Lowe's for $17. I have yet to put it in the ground because I have yet to figure out where I want it, but we're gonna get there. So just to give you another quick look, get you some evergreens, get you some accent trees, get you some perennials, get you some annuals, and you will have year-round interest in the garden. Hinoki cypress, sweet bay magnolia, evergreen arborvitae, baptisia, Cleopatra canna lily, fire chief, tater tots, baptisia, rose of Sharon, blue spruce, Hinoki cypress, the yellow, Crimson Queen Japanese maple, Cleopatra canna lily, red canna lily, daylilies, your false cypress. This one is growing bigger than the other 2. I don't know if because it get more sun or what. I'm not sure. Dawn redbud, green giant, Crimson Queen Japanese maple, and I threw in a tropical plant I purchased from Lowe's. It's a Butea, if I'm saying it wrong, forgive me, palm. It was only $70, and I have yet to find a home for that. Thank you guys for watching, and when I have another update, I'll be glad to share that with you guys. I want to show you something else. Look at this, how I have this trellis as garden art in front of this green giant. I just love that. I may never move that. This is coming up. This is a paver patio that I had put down about 3-4 years ago. It was never leveled. I'm going to repurpose these paver patios and put them in front of one of the sheds that I have in the back. So all of this will be removed, and this is where I would probably transplant a lot of the shrubs I have, and that way I could probably put the blue spruces here, the Hinoki cypress, also the false cypress, because I think this area would just look beautiful in front of the house with shrubs and evergreens only. And I want to transfer that oval flower bed to just annuals to just no evergreens, remove all my evergreens over this way, and have that as just a raised flower bed like what you see at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has some of the best landscaping ever. That's the only, I know everyone has a Chick-fil-A and I know everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say that. But so that is pretty much transplanting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 shrubs over here to be just strictly evergreens, and all of my flowering and accent trees to be left there in the oval flower bed. So that is what my plans are. So I'm going to transplant, once I get this paver patio removed, I want to transplant all my evergreens and probably put them in the swoop on where you see that river rock dry bed. I'm going to get my rocks removed, and I'll probably put some of my blue spruces and the 2 Hinoki cypress, spaced evenly coming down this swoop. I think that would be gorgeous. And that's a plan. I'm redoing a lot because I just want to get it to where it looks like a professional landscaping job. Before, I was just buying what I like, buying what I love, and now I want it to be I'm not gonna say a formal garden, but I want it to be where it was just a plan, and where for years to come, I would love where I put all of my trees and all of my plants. But I think that's a good idea. Get this removed and let this be a garden space in front of the house with just evergreens, and have it where it's low maintenance as well. I'm all over the place. I'm always maintaining this area of the garden, this area of the garden, and that area of the garden. If I move all my evergreens here that are low maintenance, maybe just prune a couple of branches once a year, I would just love that. So that is the plan, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe. Thank you for all my new subscribers, and I will be glad to show you more of an update when I get some when I definitely get these pavers moved and I get all those evergreen transplanted. So let's see if I could take a video of this area where the paver patios was, and in this space, because I plan on moving about 9 evergreen shrubs from this flower bed as well as this flower bed. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe. Bye-bye.